All right, Coyotes, goddammit. We brought you back to life. You lost a team to Utah, but we brought you back to life. Now it's time to do something about it. This team is... I mean, this is an all-star team in 2018. But how good will they be here? Time will tell. And John Gibson's in goal, for that matter. This really would be an all-star team in 2018. Do something so Alex Jr. can cringe tweet about it. True. Honestly, yeah, man, even if, you know, in this reality, we have to say that this team is not owned by the Maruellos, because that way I can actually root for them. Because if it was owned by that ownership group, I'd try to lose on purpose. Because, Jesus Christ, were they an incompetent bunch. And still, we're owned by Shane Doan. Team President Shane. That's my decree. Team President Shane Doan. Treat him with some proper respect, damn it. Let's see, 10-5-0. Gonna have to wait and see for a little bit longer. Team President Shane Doan, and he still won't trade for his kid. You know, the best part about it in this reality, there's 2 Josh Doans, and I don't have any of them. Either of them, any of them. Maybe there's a third, and it can be any. Who's to say? Who's to say? View draft class. No, thank you. Why would I want to do that? Draft picks? What are draft picks? 19, 12, and 2. I mean, we're on a playoff pace, but this team isn't exactly setting the world on fire here. We're losing way too many games, fellas. All right, yeah, let's stop it right there. We are losing way too many games. Crosby is the leading scorer. That's also not great that Sidney Crosby is our leading scorer. Well, that's John Gibson goaltending right there. Okay. Maybe we should have paid Swayman. Is this the first NHL game in 20 years where it's actually worth paying a goalie? All right, the Dougie Hamilton, Thomas Harley pairing does not work, nor does Ghost Bear and Mayfield. So we'll go Ghost Bear, Hamilton, Harley, Mayfield. We'll see if that works. Forward-wise, not getting much for the fourth line. Third line's okay. Second line's all right. First line, I mean, it's probably not great that Patrick Kane is our big goal scorer on that particular line. Anybody better on the first or second line? Not really. And the third line hasn't been particularly bad. Zucker is much better on the second line, but there's really nobody to swap him out with, so. Just going to leave it for the moment. We'll make that defensive switch. We'll leave it for the moment. We are still looking okay. But if I had to guess, we're going to be very, very busy at the trade deadline again to go for it. And if we're not, and we have to sell it, then I don't even know. Oh, this team is not doing well. If we can't go full Vegas, then what do we sell off the team and then actually build it up properly? That's bullshit. I ain't got time for that. I need a Stanley Cup right now. I'm new. We are currently in a playoff spot. It's not particularly great. How's the Masterton decide in this game? Typically, it's the worst player in the league. Oftentimes off a plus-minus. We're definitely going for it at the deadline. Definitely. Wild card team at the moment. But 100% we're going for it here. Who are the top names available? Nico Hischier. Also, UC Saros. I mean, if we needed a better goalie. No trade found, though. Nico? No trade found. Really? Rasmus Anderson. I can't get any of the top dogs? Uh-oh. I can't get a single trade offer. You mean to tell me? Okay, Andre Burakovsky is the first guy that apparently a team would be interested. Trading Spence would be a huge mistake, though. Well, that's certainly not worth it. This is, this isn't looking great. We have picks. We have prospects. How is there zero interest in any of them? That doesn't make sense. I'm so confused. BT, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Montreal's making a deal for Nick Bjugstad. Again, I do prefer to use the trade block instead of just building up the deal on my own. Oh, man. Even Darnell Nurse won't happen. Schmaltz. I mean, Burakovsky is an 87. He's just not quite the needle mover. I mean, trading Walker would suck, too, because I'd have to bring out another freaking, or require another freaking defenseman. Hampus. No trades found. Philly makes a deal with the Utah Yetis. Again, was there a deal for Lindholm? No. Was there a deal for Brandon Montour? No. I can't do shit. I could get Tommy Novak. None of those deals are worth it. This game just doesn't want me to go full Vegas. Damn it. Matt Roy got traded. How do I possibly not have anything that New Jersey's interested in? How was that possible? That doesn't make sense. Theoretically, man, even if I were to be like, hey, let me trade Patrick Kane, it's, you're not getting much for him. Cap space issues. We have a little bit of cap space. I could have sworn. Yeah, 3 mil, 3.4. It's not too bad, but I mean, yeah, maybe it's not enough to kind of maneuver here. So, you know, we do have Max Domi making $11 million for the year. Couldn't even trade him if we wanted to. If we were to try to trade Dougie, just for shits and giggles, well, that would solve the goalie issue. Ski, probably in a little bit, actually. That would solve the goalie issue if we moved Dougie. No trade offers for Sid. What about Scott Lawton? I mean, Luukkonen's not bad. Luukkonen and Katzen? I mean, Lawton's not exactly setting the world on fire. What's Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen looking like right now? Higher rated, but he's not playing particularly well. Lawton actually has 49 points in 62 games. That's a tough sell to get rid of a player like that right about now. What about Ghost Bear? Ghost Bear would also be for Luukkonen. Ugh. If we were to move Brady Shea, whole lot of deals for Luukkonen. Shea for Zadorov. I mean, what the hell does that even do? Again, we wouldn't get much for dealing Kane. Zadorov just got traded anyway. Jared McCann. I mean, has McCann had a worse season than Lawton? 31 points in 62 games. He's been on the top line all year. I mean, that it hasn't been a particularly great season for Jared McCann. It makes a little bit more sense to trade him as opposed to Lawton. Lev Katzin is a fantastic prospect. Honestly, we're going to try it. Jared McCann to Buffalo for Ukko Pekka Luukkonen and a really good prospect. That is a fair deal in my viewpoint. If we look at our goalies, how has John Gibson done this year? He has been shit. Can trade him to Philly for a 3rd round pick. Let's do it. How has Barneson done as the backup? Not incredibly well. Get a 4th rounder for him. Vemelka's done well in the AHL. Again, we're about winning. We'll trade Barneson to Minnesota for a 3rd round pick. That works for me. That way we'll have Luukkonen and Vemelka. Kirsch is the AHL starter, which is fine. So now that we've made a couple of moves, top players on the market, no deal for Nico. No deal for Werenski or Saros. Yeah, still, we just must not have the cap space. Well, we'll keep going by an individual basis then. We still have just under 4 hours left. So if we look at our defensemen, which again, it's not the craziest bunch in the world. I'll admit to that. Just theoretically, again, if we were to trade Dougie Hamilton, Saros, O'Reilly, and a 5th. The only way that would make sense is if we could then flip Luukkonen for a defenseman, which we cannot. So we're not going to be trading Dougie Hamilton. Theoretically, we were to trade Shane Goss to spare. There's no deals for him out there. Brady Shea, Dickinson, Petro, and a 5th. How good is Petro at this point? It's probably not worth it. Yeah, it's really not worth it. All right. I think we're kind of stuck here, from what I can tell, outside of that Jared McCann trade. Thomas Harley Thomas. Taylor Hall, Jason Dickinson, a 2nd and a 3rd, Akira Schmid, Jared Spurgeon, Krause, Artem Zub, P.O. Joseph. What's P.O. Joseph look like? What's P.O. Joseph look like? 28 points. I mean, Harley's still on a really good contract, though. I mean, Joseph has the really good passing, but that is about it. I don't think there's too much else we can do in terms of like the major Vegas-esque moves to just be like, oh, fuck it, we got Tomas Hertl. You didn't see that coming. We're really struggling to find those type of deals. Mayfield for Pietrangelo is not bad. That's not bad. Like, obviously, it's a shitload of cap space for Pietrangelo. But it is Alex Pietrangelo. Torrey Krug's out there. Mayfield for Petro. Let's do it. Cap space is a myth. So Hamilton, Petro, Walker on the right. Gostis, Bear, Shea, Harley on the left. Technically, we could move Walker and place Schultz. Is there a deal that makes sense here that's not necessarily for a prospect, just LTIR, Domi? If I could. All right, I guess Walker's going to stay because we can't really get anybody that makes sense. Is there anybody else that kind of makes sense to move here? How's Marchessault done this year? He's actually done pretty well. 19 points on the 4th line. I mean, he's not a major needle mover for us anyway. Again, if we were to deal Enroth, I mean, this guy is... he's got good value, but... Can't move Domi for anybody. Lakiramaki stays. Lawton stays. Malcolm Spence has been awesome down at junior. Jordan Bennington just got traded to Edmonton. Spence, Kingsell, second and the fourth, Kier Schmidt, second and the third from the Utah Yetis. That's not going to happen. Preston's great. I mean, if we were to use you to get anybody good, Tanner Janelle. All right. For the top names that are out there, then, let's try one more time here. Can't get anything for Nico, or Werenski, or Saros, or Anderson. The Bruins can't even find a deal for Charlie Coyle. Back to Burakovsky, but again, the asking price is way too high. Seahawks, I'm leaning Toronto. Gotta be honest. Hampus, can't do anything. Montour, too much money. Lawson Krause, too much money. Akira Schmidt, not that we need you. He actually wouldn't be that bad, but I mean, we gotta have some faith in Lukin in here. And outside of that, it's someone like Taylor Radish, who's not that bad, but again, just not like that big needle mover. So, I mean, if we wanted to go for like a Nico, we're going to have to do so manually, which I haven't done too much. But screw it. Full Vegas. Enroth is obviously the key piece of this deal. Now, the one thing that we can do with manual trades that never get factored in to find a trade is retention, which is a bit of a shame. I wish Trade Finder had that. How far over the cap would we still be? Seahawks, I'm going to say no to both for the madness. All right. How's Kopitar done this year? 31 points. It's 21 for Wenberg. Whoops, didn't want Nyquist. Wanted Wenberg. Enroth, Wenberg. Heischer's on 50. What do you think you're doing with Nico? I'm trying to bring him to a better team, Henrique. I'm trying to bring him to a better team where he might actually win something. I'm just kidding. But am I? Trying to bring him to a team that has goaltending. Which is a joke, because my team doesn't currently have goaltending. Ugh. Who the hell do I give up to make fuck it draft picks? Second rounder from the Rangers? How much more am I going to have to give up here? What about 2/3? All right, fine. You can get a first round pick. Rick, I'm doing good, man. Hopefully you can say the same. Aside from getting over this damn bout of bronchitis, I've been great. Can we get this deal to go through? Quite far off. Okay. Well, apparently I'm being a cheapskate here. First, a second, a third, Wenberg and Enroth. I need to stop being so cheap, apparently. I need to stop being so cheap. I am feeling better, thankfully, but yeah, that shit lingers. Okay, if I get rid of Kopitar, Ivory on the 67. Oh. Ivory, thank you. How the heck are you? Throwing Matt Rempe, New Jersey. Let's see, trade value. What if we pick up Curtis McDermott? You get Kopitar at Wenberg. That prospect is probably not going to pan out, but the game thinks he's good anyway. We're actually running out of time to pull this off. Who else makes sense? Who else makes sense here for me? Baumgartner's not bad. Badan and Tanner Howe. It'd be too many players. Stupid. First round pick. Quite far off. 2 first round picks for a Nico rental. Enroth, Kopitar, Wenberg, and 2 firsts for a Nico rental. Okay. We're going to get Nico Hischier. Can I safety net with a third? Yes, I can. Boy, they love that second first-round pick. All right, Enroth, Kopitar, Wemberg, 2 firsts for Hischier, McDermott, and a third. You got a deal. Welcome in, Nico. I highly doubt I can pull off a last-second move for Zach Werenski, but I am absolutely going to try because full Vegas. Because full Vegas. I forget what fucking side Werenski plays. Okay, he is a left side. That's what I thought, but... What about Harley Thomas? Thomas Harley? Arizona would be over the cap. Oh, I knew we'd have cap issues. All right, what if we use Ghost instead? Shit, I'd still be over. I'm going to run out of time. There's no way. There's no way we're going to be able to pull this off. There's also no way they're going to want to retain for 2 years. No shot, but let's just see. Spence? It's a really good piece to give up. Malcolm Spence. What if I also give you Preston? Well, one more chance here, basically. I'm trying to empty the fucking cupboard of great prospects here. What about the Hage? Jesus Christ, I can't believe they're saying no to this. What about Katzen as well? Too many skaters, and we ran out of time. Well, we did get Nico Hischier, at the very least. We had a lot of trouble trying to lock down top-notch talent this year. But we did get Kevin Shattenkirk on waivers, so GG's. Noted healthy scratch for the Bruins in the playoffs, Kevin Shattenkirk. All right, what are we cooking now? What do we got? Goalies, Lukin and Vejmelka. Defense, Hamilton, Pietrangelo, Walker. We'll send down McDermott. Left side is Shea, Harley, and Gostisbehere. And then for the forwards, Gauthier is now up to a fourth liner. So actually, we'll call him up for a minute then. We'll send down Bradley Nadeau. And then for the centers, Katzen. Okay, we do need to call up one extra forward to not be there, as opposed to Katzen. I mean, Gus Nyquist makes a lot of sense. We should still have enough centers. So, what do we look like now? We were a wild card level team heading into the deadline, but we said, screw it, we're going for it anyway. Got Gauthier on the fourth line. We don't want him playing center. Who the hell is going to play center on this team? Kiramaki can. He's definitely not going to be that low. Lawton can. Hischier and Domi. Fourth line center, Sidney Crosby. Playing with Ethan Gauthier and Gustav Nyquist. We'll have Vetrano, Lawton, Marchessault. Marchand, Lakiramaki, Zucker. And then Domi, Hischier, and Kane. I actually don't think we're better off than we were before the deadline. Like the forward depth. The forward depth took a hit, but we did get the best player that is now on our team in Nico Hischier, so that is a decent trade-off. Honestly, Shea, Petro, Harley, Hamilton, Gostisbehere, Walker works for me. And then Luukkonen in goal to try and turn things around. We'll see. Of course, we dealt some prospects, but we still have plenty of prospects, which is hilarious. I don't know how the hell we're still balancing that many good prospects. If this team fails to make the playoffs, I might just quit. I might just quit. Start something new. I don't know if this team has what it takes. I don't know if they do. Ducks legend Kevin Shattenkirk. He's played for a couple of teams now at this point. He just sure is a dude. Also, Endo mentioned this. I forgot to mention it because it was during the trade deadline. This was Endo's live channels we think you'll like suggestions. I don't know if this says more about Twitch or if this says more about Endo. But shout out to Endurance. One channel is significantly more successful, by the way. 37, 30, and 9. We are currently in a wild card spot. However, Sidney Crosby is still our leading scorer, which is horrifying. How has Nico done? Ooh, 8 points in 14 games. The man misses New Jersey, clearly. Shit. Yeah, we have a goal scoring problem. Let's go Marchand, Heischer, Kane, Domi, Lakiramaki, Zucker. I don't know how Vegas does it because it's not working out for us. The good news is Luukkonen has been fucking absurd since the trade deadline. Oh my god. Like, what a drastic difference. 13 games with Buffalo, 10 games with us. So, I mean, who needs to score goals when you get goaltending like that? Am I right, Boston? Yeah. That's right. So we beat the Rangers. We lose to Vancouver. We beat Minnesota 9-5 and have clinched a playoff spot. It will be a wild card position, but the end goal is reached. We have made the playoffs as the top wild card team. We'll be taking on Anaheim in round number 1. Not bad. Not bad, not bad. I mean, 40, 33, and 9 is a bit of an underperformance for this team. Crosby led the way with 63 points at age 39. Lawton was second in points. Kane on 57. Lakiramaki at 52. Same as Domi. Domi, by the way, 52 points, 9 goals as an $11 million player. Jesus. That is the fewest amount of 20 goal scorers we've had since we started. Call it a hunch. I think we're getting worse. Petro. Ooh, God, Petro wasn't that good either. At least Luukkonen was good. Once we acquired him, a 927. I'm fully confident in this team. What do you mean? David Pastrnak led the league in points. McDavid was up there. What did McDavid sign for in Edmonton, by the way? 12.2 for 8 years. That's a steal. That's a steal. 71 goals for Pasta. 65 for Connor Bedard, who's now a 93. Yeah, McDavid, Matthews on 53, McKinnon on 51, and a dude named Ethan Matvichuk at 46 for Philly. Defense, 102 points for Cale Makar. Got Bouchard up there, Hughes, Adam Fox. Multiple 20 goal scorers amongst defensemen, including Dougie Hamilton. Should play him as a forward. I'm going to play him as a forward. Andre Vasilevsky, Linus Allmark, the winningest goaltenders. And yeah, anything up above a 920 was phenomenal. Including Alexei Koloslov up there for Philly. Top rookie is probably going to be Michael Misa. It might take it away from him because of plus minus. Could easily be Macklin, Zach LaRue. Honestly, it could even be Demidov because he is a +3. And the game really weights plus minus heavily for the Calder. So, but we already know it's going to be Anaheim. We do have to figure out what the hell our lines are going to be. But we know that we are playing the Ducks. 48-win Ducks. So let's see. Luukkonen and Vejmelka. That's fine. If we play Hamilton as a forward, That does mean that Justin Schultz would, oh, God. I'll put up a prediction. Do we do the thing? Yes or no? That's the prediction. Avro, ask away. Game 7, it's the Leafs. What do you think happens? Leafs win. So if we play Hamilton as a forward, we could go with Curtis McDermott, you know? Brendan Smith. Get some grit in there. Cody, that's up to you to decide. Cup win. We're going to send Ethan Gauthier down. Factor in Hamilton's spot as a forward. All right, let's see. The hell is this team going to look like? The hell is this team going to look like? So we go best lines. We go Crosby, Marchand, Kane, so people shut the hell up. Domi and Hischier cannot be on the same line because they're both playmakers. So we'll go Marchand, Crosby, Kane as the third line. Let's take Schultz out for Dougie Hamilton. And then take Hamilton. Yeah, we'll just take Hamilton out for Schultz. Screw it. I believe in you, Justin. So we will go Scott Laughton on the fourth line with Nyquist and Zucker. What even is this team that we're building here? Marchessault, Hischier, Hamilton, Vetrano, Domi, Lakiramaki, Marchand, Crosby, Kane, Nyquist, Laughton, Zucker. That's some incredible center depth at the very least, but we are going to try Dougie Hamilton as our top line right winger. Why does it not affect the forward chemistry? The X factors. That's the big reason. Defensively, we'll go Gostisbehere, Walker, Harley, Schultz, Shea, Pietrangelo. And then Lukin and Vejmelka. This is the least confident I have been in a team. We started off the playoffs last year 9-0. I don't think that's going to happen again. The Ducks. Gensel, Carlson, Kaloran, Zegras, McTavish, Palat, Gauthier, Bork, Cizikas, Yzerman, Ford, and Tracy. Jesus Christ, that left side is absurd. Defense is Marchand, Zellweger, Minchikov, Hellison, Fowler, and Lacombe. Goaltender, Lukas Dostal, who I did not take in the expansion draft because he was a low elite, and we took other goalies instead, and he turned into a superstar X-Factor goalie. How much are they paying him? I don't know if I would have paid a goalie that much, though. Yeah, we probably shouldn't win this game, but or the series. But, game 1. Let's do it. Let's do it. We quick sim up until the playoffs. That's the only thing that we care about, or up until the final, because that's the only thing that we care about. First period of game 1, goalless. Second period, 2-1 Anaheim, McTavish and Hellison. Brady Shea scored for us. Third period, and the Ducks win 4-1. I don't know if anybody else can get away with being Vegas except Vegas. I don't think it's allowed. I don't think it's allowed. Game number 2. Game number 2. Derek Jeter. Number 2. Derek Jeter. A couple of twos there. Gauthier, McTavish. We have goals from Hischier and Kane. Second period now up 3-2. Nico does it again. Third period, we're going to overtime. Andre Palat. Overtime. And the Yotes win it anyway. Patrick Kane on the power play. The Papi. Kane and Hischier get it done. There will be no sweep. Kalen, what's up? Thank you for the 20 months on the primer. How about them Bruins indeed? I am aware the bot is dead. There is nothing I can do about it. Thank you for your concerns. Game number 3. 1-1 series. Goal is first. Goal is second. Goal is third. Overtime. Hey, Alex Pietrangelo. It's not often you see a 1-0 in overtime playoff sim, but there it is. We're up 2-1. 33 save shutout for the deadline acquisition, Ukko Pekka-Luukkonen. And that's decent little turnaround. Back-to-back overtime wins. Game number 4. Game number 4. I didn't think Patrick Kane would be our leading scorer. First period, 1-0 Ducks. Braden Tracy. Elite first-round pick. Or early second. No, he was a first-round pick. Second period, Jesus. Okay, Trevor Zegras and Guillermo Marchand. Yep. 4-0 Ducks tie up the series at 2-2 as Dostal dominates. That's a shame. That's a shame right there. Heading to game 5, I think we have to look at some lineup changes here. You know, we're not quite going full Montgomery, Jim Montgomery and changing things after a win. So Luukkonen has done well. Apparently Vejmelka played for a little bit. All right, that Brady Shea and Petro pairing are getting lit up. All right, the defense is not currently working. Dougie Hamilton has 1 point and is a -2. All right, Operation Make Dougie a defenseman again is go. Schultz for Gauthier. Here we go. We tried. It failed. Let's go best lines again. So I'll put Gauthier at center. I'm like, where the hell did it put him? Nyquist, Lawton, Gauthier. What's the best way to do this? What is the best way to do this? Especially if we keep this line together. The old legend line. Led by Brad Marchand, of course. Nyquist, Lakiramaki, Gauthier. Vetrano, Heischer, Marchessault, Domi, Lawton, Zucker. You know, this team looked really good until it didn't. It looked like it could have been all right. And then all of a sudden, this team looks pretty bad. Game number 5. Hockey's most hated online one. Do people hate Crosby outside of Philadelphia? First period, 1-1. Killorn and Lakiramaki on the power play. Is it because he's on bread up in Canada? Second period, 1-1. Third period, we're going to overtime again. Marchessault offset by Cizikas. Third overtime of the series and the third overtime win for the Yotes. Brad Marchand. We have a 3-2 series lead. Luukkonen with a fantastic performance. A fantastic performance. 1 win away from making it out of the first round for the 3rd straight season. Not mistaken. Game number 6 in fictional Tempe Entertainment District. Leave the lines the same. First period, 3-1. Jesus. Carlson, Zellweger. And oh, the bronchitis can't handle that ass whooping. Second period, Jesus. Third period, and we are going to game 7. Absolutely stomped into oblivion. We are going to game 7. This Vegas strategy has not worked. We have lost in the Stanley Cup final to Toronto. We're going with Carl Vejmelka in game 7. An OG Coyote. From there, okay, Brady Shea and Alex Pietrangelo have been fucking unusable. Jesus. The hell am I going to do with this team? What the hell am I going to do with this team? Meme. When in doubt, meme it out. Dougie, get out. Brady Shea, get out. Alex Pietrangelo, get out. We're bringing in some grit. Scandella, McDermott, and Smith. Bring in the grit. Thomas will just survive. But when in doubt, bring in some goddamn grit. It's worked for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Why won't it work for me? How's Ethan Gauthier done in the Stanley Cup playoffs? He has done not much. Marchessault hasn't done a damn thing. Kane's been okay. Lakiramaki hasn't done a damn thing. Right. Send in the clowns. Send in the clowns. AKA the kids. I don't care anymore. Lawton's been abysmal. Zucker hasn't done anything. Vetrano has 4 assists, but he's just getting shelled. I'm pretty much going to be putting my AHL team into the lineup is what I'm discovering here. But you know what? I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Screw it. If people aren't going to get it done, then damn it, we'll try to get people into the lineup that can. At least Marchand's been okay. How's Gus been? Gus hasn't done a damn thing. For the centers, Heischer, terrible. Get out of here. Domi, get out of here. Don't even want you. Even Crosby has. I'm going to scratch Sidney Crosby in what could be his final game in the NHL. I am the ultimate villain. I'm going to scratch Sidney Crosby for Matt Rempe. I think Kane and Marchand are the only two to survive for the forwards. It's kind of hilarious. So the defense, Harley and Walker, Gostisbehere, Smith, McDermott, Scandella. Works for me. Is there anybody who's better on a particular line? Not really. We'll go Gostisbehere, McDermott. I like it. Actually, if I were to put each of these three on a different line, Smith and Harley, Gostisbehere, McDermott, Scandella, Walker. There we go. For the forwards, what the hell are we going to do? This is the dumbest idea, but you know what? I don't even care. I don't even care. The kids are going to get us over the line. Trust. Where's Guy Lafleur spinning in his grave at what the hell I'm doing with this team right now? Is there anybody who's like good on one particular line over the other? But Ann shouldn't be on the top line. Rempe shouldn't be on the top line. Nilsson should be on the top line. Baffle, what's up, by the way? You know what? I'm good with it. I think I'm good with it. This is the dumbest. But you know what? We are off to do dumb things. So Baffle, what we did at the very start of this was move the Coyotes that are still in the game. We moved them to Utah, and then we created this as an expansion team. So technically, we started from scratch. There's no way this works, right? Like, there's no way that this works. But if it does, it's gonna be fucking hilarious. And I'm here for hilarity. Game 7 against the Ducks, in which we are mostly running an AHL team. Because I can see the writing on the wall that this isn't going to work. First period, 1-0 Anaheim, Mason McTavish. Second period, 1-1 Shane Gostisbehere. We go to the third period of Game 7. Bradley Nadeau, the former UMaine Black Bear, Easton Cowan. We're the Coyotes. We have to meme to glory. This is the way. Please survive this. Yes. We are off to the second round. Don't let your memes be dreams, kids. See them through. That's fucking hilarious.